Hello everyone, welcome to a new video, a new planty video. It is me, Desiree, and it is time for plant favorites. These are my November favorites, some plants that I just kept gravitating towards. I kept touching and looking at a couple of new ones, one that I've had for a little while that I just love so much. And I also want to mention a YouTuber that I discovered this month that I'm just like loving. So I'll mention her in this video as well. It's always so hard to pick like favorites every month because I just love all of them. There's some that I feel like I gravitate towards more throughout the month. Like I find myself touching them a lot more. So that's kind of what I go with. I'm like, what did I touch the most this month? But this one here is a new one to me. This is a begonia. I don't know what this is called. You know what? I bet it's on the thing here still. Begonia Red Ruby. I just bought this a couple of weeks ago and I couldn't stop thinking about it. I had went to the nursery like I do all the time and I saw it and I was like, that's the coolest thing I've ever seen. Didn't buy it because I don't have a lot of experience with begonias. Really the only one I have is a Maculata Whitey, and right now he's only 2 stems in water. And then I have a Rex begonia that's doing okay, but I don't really have any experience with these kinds of begonias. In fact, it really looks like a peperomia, doesn't it? Like the peperomioides one. No, the pilea peperomioides. It's really cool. It's got these pink stems, and right where the stem meets the leaf, there's a red dot, almost like the stem came through the leaf. It's so cool. I have only had this for a couple of weeks, so it's doing okay. I feel like I'm just gonna kind of let it dry. No, maybe not dry out all the way. Like I should probably water it now. If you have one of these or you have any care tips for any begonias that look like these, let me know. I've never seen this one before. It does have thick succulent like leaves. Like it feels like a peperomia kind of. So I don't know if I should let it go all the way dry, but you know, I'm still just learning as I go with this one, but it's so beautiful. I mean, look how cool that leaf is. And you can see like all the veining throughout the leaf. Really cool. Begonias don't usually catch my attention. I mean, I think they're pretty to look at, but they just don't like draw me in that much. But I mean, this one is just so unique. I think it's so cool. So if you have one of these, let me know your care tips because I want him to live, especially because I couldn't stop thinking about it for 2 weeks. I couldn't stop, and when I went back, there were like 3 left, and I was so happy to get one. It's so pretty. I just love that little red dot right there. So cool. And it doesn't feel like other begonias. Like the leaf just feels really thick, like a succulent. Okay, this next one I have to stand up for. This here, oh my goodness. This monster here is a string of hearts called Silver Glory. If you have the choice to pick the regular string of hearts, this one back here, or the Silver Glory version, go for the Silver Glory. I mean, it is just a stunner. It's absolutely on another level of beautiful. I'm gonna try to get a close-up here. So I bought this earlier this year and it has just grown like an absolute weed. A weed, like one of these vines is touching the ground already and it just keeps vining and like random leaves will grow everywhere, vines coming from everywhere, but it's so beautiful. So it has the same kind of heart-shaped leaf, but it's like got the dark green around the outside and the inner part of the leaf is like a white silver color. I'll put like some closer up pictures here so you can really see it, but this is the best plant ever. It grows really fast. It's very easy to take care of. I find like the traditional string of hearts, this one that's all tangled up right here, kind of tricky. I think it needs a lot more water than people think it does, and a lot more light. And the leaves are just really small and thin all the time. This one has really thick, beautiful leaves. They are really thick, so you can tell right away when it needs water. I do let this one dry all the way out before I water it, and I walk by it every day and I touch it. I just want to see what the leaves feel like, because when it doesn't need water, they should feel really firm. And when it does need water, it feels a little soft, a little pliable, maybe a little wrinkled. I try not to let it go that far just because I love it so much. I don't want it to stay dry as a bone. But this plant has literally just grown and grown and grown. I have this sitting on a shelf in my other room, and then I have it on this little hook here, and I've gathered up a lot of the vines and I just have it hooked on the shelf, so it's like a little curtain in front of it. It's just absolutely gorgeous. I see this one there every now and then. I only saw them there that one time and they looked really good. Every time I've seen them there since, they look kind of like, I don't know, like they didn't take care of them since they got the shipment in. A couple of the leaves have fallen off and I've kind of just picked them up off the ground and stuck them in the top of the soil, and they took. Like, I tried to pull one out the other day and it was like rooted in. And then this little vine started growing here from one of the parts I just put in the pot. So it's really, really easy. Tangled up on the drawer, the knob. Anyway, it's really, really easy, really just beautiful. It literally grows like a weed and it's just so nice. I love this one a lot. And I always wish I had gotten two just because of how pretty it is and how good it grows and how beautiful it is. Like, I can't believe this exists. It's so gorgeous. I've tangled it up beyond repair at this point from moving it around so much. Anyway, if you have this one, let me know if you love it as well. I had never heard of this. I really only thought there was that one type of string of hearts, but this one is on another level. This one will make a beautiful hanging basket, like from the ceiling. Like, you know, Crazy Plant Guy, he has that one string of hearts, that iconic one. Like, imagine one that big, but like with this big, giant, beautiful leaf shape. It's just on another level. And I love this so much. Definitely one of my yearly favorites as well. And so far it seems very easy to take care of. I do have it under a skylight though, so it gets nice light throughout the day. But it never gets any direct sun or anything like that. And it seems to just not even care. It's just like going absolutely insane. And I forgot my other plant. Leave me alone with my plants. I got a lot of big stuff going on. Okay, the next plant, I love this. This is a plant that I want to buy it every time I see it. I want to talk about it in every favorites video. I want to buy it for everyone as a present. It's just, I just love it so much. It is a Pothos. It's the variety called Global Green. I did buy this from Costa Farms at Lowe's. I mean, look at this vine. I just think this is absolutely beautiful. I do have two of them. I have another one right over there. This one sits in my front room in northern facing windows. It doesn't get any bright light or anything like that. Just kind of, you know how when it's during the day your house is lit up, that's kind of the light that it gets, just nice ambient light. And it seems to do perfectly fine with that care. I do have this sitting on a bookshelf now and I have the vines kind of, I don't know, twirled up like this. But this is one of the most perfect and beautiful plants I've ever seen. I think my grandma would really like this plant too. Maybe I might give her that one I have there, the other one. We'll see if she likes it. If she's watching this video, let me know if you want this plant. I have two and I think you'll love it. So it has the leaf shape kind of like a mandula, like a little bit of a wider look, like not really like a perfect teardrop or like a heart leaf, just like a wide round leaf. But what makes this really cool not only is the leaf shape, but the way that it vines. Love the way that it vines. It just looks really, really nice. It can like crawl across a table, which is how I had it before. Love the way that it vines, but it also has really pretty variegation. Let me try to find a leaf with a good example. Well, here's one kinda. So it has a dark leaf, it has a dark leaf. It has a leaf that's dark for the most part, but on the inside it has light green like splashes in it. I have noticed that the variegation kind of goes away as the leaves get bigger. Like a lot of the big leaves don't have any at all. It's mostly the new growth that does. And then as the leaf matures, I've kind of noticed it fade a little bit. I'll kind of have to put some up close pictures in here. Well, there's a good one there. See that like light green on the inside of the leaf? It's just a nice little touch because you can't really see it that much. It doesn't stand out. It's not a white variegated plant, but it's just something different and really, really beautiful. It's super easy. I just let this plant get all the way dry and then I water it. I usually either just pour water into this bowl and like let it soak up all the water, or I put it in a basin of water and I just let it sit there like to bottom water until it's completely wet. I let it drain and then I leave it like that till it dries out again. And it seems to love that kind of care. I just think this is the most beautiful plant I've ever seen. I love it so much. Like, I'm not joking. Every time I see it, I'm like, who do I know that could use that plant? I just want to buy it again. Definitely one of my yearly favorites. If you don't have this and you really like Pothos, you will love this plant. It's so easy. It's so beautiful. That nice variegation is just a nice little touch. Definitely one of my yearly favorites for sure. I'm actually looking up online real quick because oh wait, I guess they do. because this is from Costa Farms, but I didn't think they owned this plant because I know this plant existed before they started selling it. It just wasn't as common. I thought they were just like the ones that got it out to the masses, but I think they own a patent on this plant or something, because I was gonna say you could propagate it and stuff, but with something like that, I think it's best to just propagate for your own use, not for sale or anything like that. But either way, $20, a big plant with the planter, I think is a really good price. And for a plant that's gonna grow like crazy, like I said, I wanna buy it every time I see it. I love it so much. Okay, and then the last plant I wanna mention is this. This is labeled as string of bananas / fish hooks. It doesn't look like a string of bananas to me, so I'm gonna say it's probably fish hooks. It's a succulent. I can't believe that I've had it this long and that it's still alive and it's still long and thriving, because I've had the string of bananas multiple times and it has never lived. It has never lived, it's just rotted and died and shriveled up. Same with string of dolphins, it's same thing, just kind of rotted and shriveled up for some reason. But this one, I just loved the way that it looked. I can move this one out of the way. It just looks so wild. I mean, look how cool it looks growing out of the pot in a small little 4-inch pot, but look how wild the plant looks. I keep this in my windowsill right here. This is the west-facing window. I keep it there all year. I think I had this last year too. Did it sit there in the winter time? I think it did. And it seems to do really well in not only that light, but it doesn't mind having that cold on it as well. It's so cool. This plant does have the farina on it, like that blue little substance. So if you touch it, it will disappear. But this plant, oh, this needs water. I kind of just wait till these little like fish hook things get a little shriveled up and soft, and then I give it some water. And then I just leave it in the windowsill all year long, and it seems to really, really like it there. I think I'm gonna put this in a heavier pot. I don't think it needs to be repotted. I just think it needs some stability, because the other day it tipped over because it's really top heavy. And with a plant like this, you wanna let the soil get all the way dry. So if the soil's really dry, the top is really heavy, it fell down the other day. So I think I need to just like set it into a heavier pot. But I just love this, and I can't believe I've had it so long. I keep kind of forgetting that I have it and I've had it this long, because it just sits there being super, super easy. And every time I see it, I want to buy another one, but I don't need another one. I have this beauty. All right, let me talk about this YouTuber. Her name is Jessica, and her channel name is, I think her channel name is just Jessica Gardening. Jessica Gardening in OK. Yeah, Jessica with like little asterisks, Gardening in OK, like Oklahoma. And she's a smaller YouTuber like me, and I just discovered her this month. I think she was like recommended on my like, you liked this video, you might like this video type of thing. And I have watched almost all of her videos at this point. I wish she would put up a video every single day. She just has such a good personality, a good camera presence, a good way of speaking, creative video ideas, videos I would love to make myself. Like she did one recently called Ugly Plants in My Collection. She did an unboxing recently that I really, really loved, her variegated houseplant unboxing. So I really like her, so I just want to shout her out. If you, I don't know, love smaller plant YouTubers, I'll link her down below, as well as a couple of my favorite videos. Go check her out. I think she's really awesome. And if you have any small plant YouTubers that you really love, let us know in the comments. You know, I really love discovering new YouTubers. It kind of takes me a while to get into one, but every now and then I find one I really love, and I really, really like her channel. Anyway, that is it. Those are the plants I really loved this month, and a YouTuber I've really been loving as well. Let me know some plants you've been loving, as well as some smaller YouTubers. We would all love to discover some, I'm sure. But anyway, that is it. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe so you don't miss the next one, and I will see you later in another video. Goodbye.